Whiskers in the Web, a hermit's heart tale.
In the amber glow of an October sunset, when leaves pirouetted down empty streets, in the digital hum of millions of screens filled lonely apartments, three celebrations collided like stars in an infinite cosmos. National Cat Day, National Hermit Day, and National Internet Day wove together in a tapestry of fate that would change two lives forever. Sarah Chen hadn't left her apartment in 43 days. Her home office, bathed in the blue light of three monitors, had become her fortress of solitude. As a cybersecurity analyst, she'd found the perfect excuse to embrace her hermit tendencies, especially after her last relationship had crashed and burned like a poorly coded website. 10 blocks away, Marcus Rodriguez was also celebrating his self-imposed exile from the world. His small apartment had transformed into a creative cave where he developed indie games, surrounded by empty coffee cups and half-finished sketches. His only companion was his elderly tabby cat, Rooter, named during his network engineering days before he'd quit the corporate world to pursue his dreams. Neither Sarah nor Marcus had planned to break their hermit streaks on October 30th, 2024. But Router had other plans. The trouble began when Sarah's morning debugging session was interrupted by an unfamiliar sound. A deep, resonant meow coming from her fire escape. There, pressed against her window, was a magnificent orange tabby cat with a collar that read, Router.
"Hey there, beautiful,"
Sarah whispered, opening the window. The cat sauntered in as if he owned the place, jumped onto her desk, and promptly sat on her keyboard, sending a string of random characters into her code. Meanwhile, Marcus was having a panic attack. Router never went outside. Never. In 15 years, he'd shown zero interest in the world beyond their apartment. But today, somehow, the clever cat had pushed through a loose screen in the bathroom window. Marcus did what any modern hermit would do. He turned to the internet. With trembling hands, he posted on every neighborhood forum he could find. Lost cat, elderly orange tabby named Router. Friendly, takes blood pressure medication. Please help. Sarah, who hadn't checked social media in weeks, happened to open her neighborhood app at that exact moment. There was something poetic about finding Rooter's post at the top of her feed on National Internet Day. The universe, it seemed, had a sense of humor. She clicked on Marcus's profile picture, a pixel art avatar of a man with a cat on his shoulder, and sent him a message.
"I think I found your router. He's currently trying to debug my code."
Marcus stared at the notification, his heart pounding. Someone had found Router, but the thought of leaving his apartment, of facing another human being, made his palms sweat. He hadn't had a real conversation with anyone except his cat and his game testers in months. Sarah was having similar thoughts as she waited for Marcus's response. Rooter had made himself at home on her lap, purring like a well-tuned engine.
"Your dad must be worried sick," she told the cat, who responded by kneading her thighs with his paws.
The chat notification pinged Marcus. "Oh, thank God. Is he okay?" Sarah.
"He's perfect. Very interested in my encryption algorithms."
Marcus. "That's my Router. Always trying to hack the mainframe." Sarah.
"Do you want to come get him?"
Marcus. Marcus. "I'm kind of a hermit." Sarah.
"Same here. Haven't left my apartment in 43 days.
Marcus. 47 days here. I've got you beat." Sarah.
Is this what they mean by celebrating National Hermit Day?"
They both laughed at their screens, and something shifted in the digital space between them. Their chat continued for hours. They discovered they both loved obscure indie games, had the same favorite coffee shop, before they'd gone full hermit, and shared a deep appreciation for the animated series Cyber City Cats. Rooter watched the exchange with feline satisfaction, alternating between staring at the keyboard and monitor as they video chatted. He seemed particularly pleased when Sarah showed Marcus her collection of programming books, and Marcus revealed the game he was working on, a cyberpunk adventure starring a cat hacker. "I should probably come get him," Marcus finally typed, after they'd talked through lunch and into the afternoon. "He needs his medicine soon." Sarah felt a pang of disappointment.
"Right. Of course."
"Unless..." Marcus started typing, then stopped. Started again. stopped.
Unless.
Sarah prompted. Unless you'd let me bring his medicine over? Maybe we could order dinner? Watch some Cyber City Cats? It's also National Internet Day after all. We should probably celebrate properly. Sarah looked at Reuter, who stared back with sage-like wisdom in his amber eyes.
I'd like that.
She typed.
But fair warning, I'm in my comfortable coding sweater and I'm not changing.
I haven't worn real pants in weeks, Marcus admitted. Just my game dev shorts.
Perfect. It's a hermit date.
When Marcus knocked on her door an hour later, both of them were nervous wrecks. But Reuter, expert matchmaker that he was, broke the ice by walking figure eights between their legs until they both had to laugh. They ordered sushi from the place they'd both used to frequent. They showed each other their current projects. Marcus helped Sarah debug her encryption protocol, and Sarah suggested improvements for his game's cat protagonist. Reuter supervised it all from his throne of couch cushions, accepting treats and pets with gracious magnanimity. As the evening wore on, they found themselves sitting closer together on Sarah's couch, Reuter purring between them as they reached episode 4 of Cyber City Cats. Their hands met in Reuter's fur, and neither pulled away. You know, Marcus said softly, I read somewhere that cats choose their humans. Maybe Reuter knew we both needed to stop being such dedicated hermits. Sarah smiled, watching Reuter's peaceful face.
Maybe the internet needed a little help playing matchmaker today.
From a cat?
Why not? It is National Cat Day, after all.
They looked at each other then, really looked at each other, and saw past the comfortable clothes and the hermit habits to something real and unexpected and wonderful. 1 year later, Sarah and Marcus moved in together. Their game studio, Two Hermits Gaming, released their first title, The Cat Who Coded Love, a romance-adventure game about two developers and a matchmaking feline. Reuter supervised their work from a custom-built desk bed, proud of his humans and the love story he'd engineered. Each year after that, on October 30th, they celebrated 3 holidays: National Internet Day, which had connected them, National Hermit Day, which had made them perfect for each other, and National Cat Day, in honor of the wise old tabby who'd known exactly what he was doing when he escaped through that bathroom window. As autumn leaves dance on digital winds and screens glow like stars in the gathering dusk, remember this: sometimes love needs a little push from a cat, a quiet space to grow between two kindred souls, and the vast, connecting web of the internet to spark into being. In the end, even hermits find their way to each other, one pixel, one line of code, one purr at a time. Reuter lived to the ripe old age of 20, long enough to see Sarah and Marcus welcome their first child, a daughter they named Ada, after both the programming language and Lord Byron's mathematician daughter. And though he eventually crossed the Rainbow Bridge, his legacy lived on in the yearly celebration of what Sarah and Marcus came to call the Day of Three Blessings, when a cat, the internet, and two hermits' hearts aligned in perfect digital harmony. Some say that on quiet October evenings, if you listen carefully to the hum of your computer and watch your cat watching your screen, you might catch a glimpse of Reuter's spirit, still bringing lonely hearts together through the magic of technology and feline wisdom. After all, every great love story needs a hero, and sometimes that hero has whiskers, a tail, and a penchant for keyboard shortcuts to the heart.